From demo to drop. Welcome to Dope or Nope, the biggest weekly demo drop on the planet. Every Thursday, we bring you never-before-heard demos dropped off by new and accomplished artists and producers. Then, we offer our feedback to help songs reach their full potential. This is Dope or Nope. Now, your hosts. Nick Dietrich from the Disco Fries, 30-plus year dance radio programmer John J.B. McDaniel, radio host and social media guru Racquel Goldie, VP of Dim Mock Records Lauren Padman, and 30-plus year music promoter Hess. It's time for Dope or Nope.
All right, so Danny is Nick's stand-in today.
Yes.
Just, sorry. We couldn't make the quick switch on the
That's fine.
intro.
I'm still impressed by the production.
Yeah, thank you. That was actually John's doing.
Yeah, it's a great production. It's unfortunately so far out of date now. It's like every week, yet not every week. Also,
but no.
Not at noon, kind of noon 05. But
exactly. Yeah. It's kind of
we do what we can. You get what you paid for.
We're busy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So welcome to Dope or Nope. If you're joining us for the first time, we do a demo drop. And hello. That's right. And we do this demo drop at around 3 o'clock, and none of us have heard the demos before. I don't pick through them. I just go down the list, and it's like this one, then this one, then this one. We try to stay away from like bootlegs and things like that, just really looking for original productions so that we can talk about them and hopefully maybe bring them from 50-60% to 80 or 90, and where people can get in there and get something signed. But sometimes they do come in at like 90% or higher, which is super fun if that happens.
Those are the best.
So, welcome to Dope or Nope. Danny, Racquel, and John. I really enjoy this, man. I think about like summertime. It's like, dude, we're moving around, all of us, so much. Racquel, you're doing like, I'm not sure how many jobs. What are you up to 50 yet? Because
I think so. Honestly, at this point,
I think it's 50. I get these texts. It's like, oh, I'm over here, and I'm over here, and I'm over here.
Oh yeah.
I'm over here.
Sent him a lovely email last week. I was like, hello, Hess.
It's a juggling thing, but all in really great spots. So that's the good news.
Yeah.
And Danny, of course, with Disco Fries, and you have sort of like this secret life outside of that, because, Nick, in regards to the two of you, I look at him as like, he's going to love this, the loudmouth, right? And then
no way.
The
not
extrovert.
that you're quiet, not that you're an introvert, but like, I feel like you have this sort of other split personality life thing going on. You're in the Disco Fries when that's floating around. So is that true?
Yeah, kind of. Whenever I show up in Miami or Amsterdam, people are like, you do exist. Oh, what's up?
He's real.
Although it's better now. I've been handling a lot of the label duties for Liftoff recordings, and so now I'm actually in touch with a lot of people more often, which I think is a good thing. Yeah, I mean, we both got families, and we both do full-time things outside of our full-time things.
Right, exactly.
Ain't that the truth?
All of you guys do. Yeah, I mean, talk to Mrs. Juggle over here. And John, what are you working on lately?
Not an awful lot. I'm house sitting and, trying to help Dancing Faraz, sort of get his music off the ground, to mixed results. But I mean, honestly, this kid has like 17 more songs. They're all signed and they're all coming out in the next 18 months. So it's like, you're not going to be able to ignore them forever. These songs are super high quality. Otherwise, why would record labels be signing them? So, I'm having my challenges with that, but I mean, that's what makes life worth living, right? If it's worth doing, then the payoff will even be better. So I'm just out here
he's
trying
a very talented guy. I really like him. He
really is. And he's genuine. He's not just some, somebody that you can't relate to.
So funny.
As soon as you meet him, you're relating with him. So Anywho,
absolutely.
That's what I'm up to. But it's a lot of fun for sure.
That's awesome. Racquel, is there anything new you're working on that we should know about?
Just doing the Insomniac radio thing. My agency is doing some things. We signed another record to Liftoff. Nice. So that's happening, coming out soon, August.
Something a little K-pop. Can you tell us about it or no?
Not K-pop, EDM, but doing a lot of good stuff with Zach Abel for K-pop and sending him off to Korea soon, and I'll probably be going, so that'll be nice.
Because you hate that.
I hate that so much. But yeah, you know, just balancing everything and trying to have some fun this summer. We all deserve it, for sure.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
All right. So I think, why don't we get started here on Dope or Nope Demo Drop. We're going to start with Remnez, who I think this has been playing in the background a little bit. He's a regular, and he's very good. So here we go.
I can't get you off my mind.
On the post.
Drowning in the drunken feelings. Maybe we were out of time. Thought that I could stop you leaving. Baby, I still call you mine. We don't need to find a reason. Feel you in my way and my body like you're getting even. Lie in my bed, break me apart. You're all I want to feel the pressure drop. Locked in my head, mess up my heart. You got me started, now the love won't stop. Love won't stop. Love won't stop.
What just happened?
Massive.
Whoa. So, remember the part where I said, you know, sometimes we get that above 80% thing? Holy smokes.
That's
Remnez,
this.
are you in here? There he is. Wow. In Nick's absence, we don't have any bells because he's the bell guy and he has cows.
Oh!
Well, hold on.
Danny brought the bell.
Wait, did he tip you off? Did he tip you off to this?
No, I knew it was a thing. I had to be prepared.
Yeah, that was amazing. Wait, what was that, John?
Oh, I don't even know what I said. Probably just something off the cuff. So never mind. Oh, Danny brought the bell. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
nice.
Right. That was awesome. Thank you. So that's a bell for me, yo.
Yeah, same.
And I'm not asking this of you, Danny, but normally we have some sort of like extra thing past the bell, which is some farm animal.
Animal.
You're hanging around kids too much.
Animal.
Like a cow. Right. Thank you. Usually like a cow or something like that, or, you know.
Yeah,
but,
we got
I
the
would
same
give that
sound
too.
libraries. I can find some.
Yeah, no, we're good.
This
This is so good. This is so good. I like have zero comments. It's like the right length. It's 324, and normally, like, you know, I'm seeing a lot of like 259 edits coming in releases now and stuff like that. And, you know, it's really relative on how a song moves, right? I've heard some 259s recently that sound like 4 minutes.
Right.
And then this one, which is, you know, more than that, which sounds, you just want it to keep playing, actually. So, super pleasant. Racquel, what are your thoughts there?
I love it. Something with the vocal, maybe, like, I don't know. I feel like this tone of vocal, it works in the like with the drop and everything. But when it started off, I was like, maybe a little something more added to it to just make it more dynamic. But other than that, like, love. The build up to the drop, I was like, oh yeah, this is it.
Right.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That super dramatic buildup that just kept like going. You think you're almost there, and then he's like, "No, hold on, we got another couple levels you need to go before you actually get to the payoff." And I thought it didn't feel belabored, you know, like oh my God, when's he gonna like? It wasn't like that at all. It was just like, wow, like this is like building upon already good and only getting better. So,
right.
So yeah, I mean, that a well-deserved belt. I like the vocal. I am a sucker for this kind of vocal, but yeah, so I like almost everything about this one.
Yeah, I thought it already sounds familiar in a way. Like I obviously haven't heard it before, but there's a quality to it that makes it feel like it goes where you expect it to go and where you want it to go. And yeah, it has like a familiarity to it. I also thought it was a great job, like John was saying, of the build keeps building and like elevating, but the drop actually paid off, which sometimes is hard when you've built it up that much for it to deliver. There's like small mix things in the drop. I almost feel like that plucky sort of like lead thing had like a lot of reverb to it. You might be able to get everything a little bit tighter, like the drums and the bass feel really nice, and that lead I think can maybe be a little bit drier or something. But these are like, I was sitting there like thinking of nitpicky things because it was already at that 95% point.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I think that's what's, sometimes when we're, some of us are not on the show, and sometimes when the studio or the production person role is not there, like me, John, and Racquel were on like a couple weeks ago, and it was totally fine. But like I missed because there's things I hear and I don't have a vocabulary for it necessarily.
Right.
I can understand when like if the vocal's not locked in or whatever's going on, but I couldn't figure one out here. I was just like,
we were like Danny or Nick will definitely have something to say about this, but,
but
we don't know what the words are.
So thank you for that. Rimnez, thanks for sending that over. That's Love Won't Stop.
Amazing.
Who did the vocal? Because that was a sweet vocal. Really enjoyed that. And up next, so last week, we were just talking about this before we started the show live. Last week, there was an artist name, PS, and that's how I said it because I didn't have any thought on how else to say it. And apparently in the notes today, whoever this person is said it's like summoning a cat. So
funny.
Use your own imagination for that, but this is called Freak Out on Dope or Nope.
Psst, psst, psst.
Uh-oh. Is everyone else here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hess is having an internet problem.
He's out. We're just going to play the upcoming Liftoff release from this week.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, that's fine. Wait, does he even know? Hold on.
Even on a freeze frame, Hess looks great. Like,
no, literally.
If it was my freeze frame, I'd be like,
no, literally, like so derpy like really looking.
Right. Something very unflattering,
Okay, well, I think this is a good time to ask Danny, like, what you guys look for in Liftoff releases that when they're submitted.
So, I mean, records like that. We love radio records, so vocal records are always a plus. We're not really limited by genre. Nick and I have always kind of done like, if it's something we would play at a show, then we would be open to working the record. And that's, I feel like some labels do really well by narrowing their focus, which I think is a great thing. But for us, it was just like, I don't know, we like producing a lot of styles. We like playing a lot of styles. So it kind of made sense where we could just do a little bit of everything. I might as well. Do I have
That's
this?
Great.
Let me see if I have this patched in.
That part of the criteria.
Let's go. We go sundown to the sunrise. We stay up till the lights come out. We wanna sip, we go all kinds. I'ma take shots till I'm passing now. Drinks in my cup that I combine. Got me in the clouds, don't drag me down. On the dance floor with strobe lights.
This one's coming out this Friday.
Everybody wanna hit the dance floor. Yeah, make it happen, I'm Asher.
Did you guys see that text from Hess?
No.
The power went out.
That power went out.
Probably because it's so hot.
He says he's coming back. Yeah.
Oh, this is sick.
Until he comes back, this is Jer Bear, who I met in Miami, and I'm trying to delete so I don't myself. He's like an emergency doctor.
What?
Who does EDM on the side.
That's the most Miami thing I've ever heard. Why am I surprised?
No kidding.
He didn't like lead with that. I didn't know that when he introduced himself, but then I found out through Instagram. Like,
that makes so much sense, honestly.
That's crazy.
So this is his second single with us. This one's called The Plug.
So good. This is cool.
What's up, Chillmonger? In the chat.
No, I think it works to your guys' advantage that you're not super closed off with what you're willing to put out on the label, because that's not how most labels are. And there's so many, I mean, you know, there's so much talent everywhere that it's so nice to be able to be like, hey, here you go.
Yeah.
Listen to all this.
Hi.
He's back.
He's back.
It was timed perfectly, though.
Wow. Oh, yeah. As soon as I said freak out, like,
That was
the
it.
place went dark and the generator came on.
Yep.
Okay. Shall we try that one again?
Yes, we can try.
All right. So this is called. I'm not going to say it again.
Don't
it's
say
called
it.
Freak Out. Freak Out on Dope or Nope. Goodness gracious. That was a new one. That never happened before. That's called Freak Out.
Right.
Having fun with it.
Yeah. Yeah. John, you want to start this one?
Sure. Super vibey track. I mean, I like the music a lot. I don't think you necessarily overused, you know, the sample that much. So that wasn't a problem with it. I feel like I really like the idea of this track, and I'd like to hear it, you know, kind of go to the next level. So I'll give it a half a bell based on just the overall idea and vibe of it. But I'm sort of anxious to hear what the studio side has to say about that. Danny, or do you have any comments?
Yeah, I like the energy of it a lot, and the sound set is cool, but it was it feels like there's balance issues where like the vocal sample and some of the synths are like mix wise are sitting on top of everything, and kind of like it's hard to get into the drum groove and the bass line when everything else is just like blasting over it.
Right.
And there's some really like intricate sort of rhythmic things going on, which I think are cool. Like the more we listen, the more I got into it. But it is difficult. Like you have to pick what the focus is at any given time, and I feel like that's wasn't always achieved like through what we listened to.
Right.
Yeah. I think everything is up here. Everything is just like all at the same level. And so we didn't get a chance to appreciate some of the sounds that were happening and what was going on. I also think if maybe like the two vocals should be spread out a little bit more, and then some more interesting things can be put in between, because I was like, oh, this is really cool, but this is all it did. And I wanted to have like more ear candy in the headphones in between the two samples. So I think it's one of those instances where like mute one thing at a time and decide what you need and what you think you should do more with.
Put back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
for sure.
Nick's recommendation
cool.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's cool. It has a cool bounce, and like it just needs more of a groove, I think.
Nice. Thanks, Racquel. I think I like this a lot. I like the track a lot. I'm with you, John, on the half a bell. I can't put my finger on exactly what. There needs to be a little space in between some of the sample stuff, but I feel like there's room for some other kind of rap or something in here, because it
could be.
I love the track, like hits, really nice. So that's the part, maybe leave alone or whatever, or just sharpen it up like Danny was recommending. But like on the vocal stuff, I think there's room to like have more fun. I think the vocal to me is not as much fun as the track is. Maybe that's what I want to say.
I agree.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the track is like cool. So anyway, that's and it's called Freak Out. Thanks for sending that up. Up next is Edmonsky, and this is called Control, right here on Dope or Nope. Yeah. Digging this.
Every night we've been moving to the beat. 1, 2, 3, the heartbeat, insanity. Burn my body, so magnetic. How my mind feels, so frenetic.
Danny, you want to start this one?
Yeah, I'm glad you stuck around for the second drop, because I feel like that was things in that drop I felt like I wish happened in the first. It's really cool, the like the call and response aspect. I feel like it's really nice when they find like complementing sounds that could do different things, but it all feels like it works together, because it has that like that first idea and then the other idea comes in and then it goes back to it. I I think on the mix front, it's all pretty solid. The only thing I wish were a little more dynamic, in that it had moments where it got a little bit quieter and it like took its foot off the gas a little.
Oh, right.
The whole thing felt very like, even like the parts that were obviously breakdowns, the synths were still like ripping, filter all the way open. Like,
there's definitely a pressure track. It was like,
which I mean, like sometimes that works where you just kind of like it has that momentum and you just keep going. But I feel like it could pull back a little bit in spots.
Right, and then gas it again. Right, Yeah, I was getting a little nervous on that coming into this drop because I was like, wow, I hope, because it was much longer to get there, and I was like, wow, I really hope this is worth the half a minute I'm gonna sit here and do that. And then totally did it. And you're right, I really like the production. I mean, this is definitely like, I could hear this at like an ASOT stage or any of that kind of thing where it's just like the pressure is just on like 8 to 10 throughout the entire set. Like some of those sets, I feel like they never let up, But yeah, really good. That's a full bell for me and a couple farm animals. But thanks for sending that over. Oh, he is so fast. Edmonsky, man, that was so nice. Racquel?
No, that was great. Full bell for me. Great club record. Like, made me want to go out this weekend. So
yeah,
good job.
You want to go out now?
Right now, this moment.
Right now. JB?
Yeah. What a vibe, and it's just this epic journey that it takes you on, and you really want to go. So what some great sounds in there that just I wasn't expecting, I wasn't ready for, but when I heard them I was like, oh hell yeah. You might have seen me say when some things happened during the song and I was on mute because I was just blown away. So full bell. I mean, this is a serious record, man. Nice
really
job.
Super fun, man. Thanks for sending that over.
Looking
for a label. All right.
Okay.
That's very interesting.
Liftoffrecordings at gmail.com.
Liftoff Recordings.
Send it to Danny.
See this guy right here wearing the hat? That's him. Send it to him.
There you go, right there.
Other guy with the hat.
Quick shout out to everyone on Instagram. I see Snyder Music. Edmonsky was there too. He's in both places. Alex Mirage, Versu. Thank you for joining us here. And and who's over here? I'm looking for Radio Dave because I need to tell him like that post on Instagram that you did about the Canadian woman was aggressive. But I get it. Like I totally get what you're saying. Like
aggressive.
But you said it loud and proud, so I appreciate the taking care of your country there. Let's see, what do we have next? Let's try Edgar Sarez, and this is called Love and Hate on Dope or Nope.
He just dropped.
Oh no!
Power came back.
In that same pose from last time too.
Literally, that's so funny.
He's consistent.
Yes. Consistently got great genes.
Literally.
Well, shoot. All right. Well, we have more records coming out tomorrow.
Oh yeah, how many do you have?
Well, so we have 2 on the label, and Nick and I have 1 coming out.
Oh, nice.
Yay.
So we'll plug label first. Let's see. We got this one. Let me make sure. Is this playing? Can we hear this one?
No. Yes. No.
I think I hear a plane going over.
Oh yeah, I hear the plane.
It's a plane.
I was like, I thought this is how it was starting.
Oh my word. It's like an air show. I'm at the air show.
Oh, I see.
There we go.
Okay. So this is a Minted remix of Mesa and Boss.
Love.
So they did this record with Rory Hope, I think at the end of last year. And then Minted is this super talented guy, Cody, that's been doing a bunch of this stuff with the label.
Love.
It's a good one.
He's back.
He's back.
Too.
Did the power go out again?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's like, there's this like 1 minute before the
generator kicks on.
The whole panel switches over, and that in that 1 minute, everything's gone. I mean, thankfully, it does come back. So we have air conditioning in this.
Oh,
thing, but apparently, I guess whatever's happening around here, like our Pico's not kind of keeping up. So it was really like this song is so good. I'm like, I can't believe it cut out in the middle of this thing. So let's start that over, okay?
Yes.
Edgar Zares, and this is called Love Hate on Dope or Nope.
All right.
Here we go. Cosmic Skies. A lot of people on Instagram. That is, I realized, but the tab says Kazaa, so now Edgar, now I know your real name. But this is Kazaa, who's dropped a bunch of stuff off previously on Dope or Nope, and this is called Love Hate. So, I have some feelings about this.
Oh, what are your feelings?
Let's hear them. Yeah.
Well, I really like how it began. And although, Danny, help me out here, I think the kick could be, I'm going to use the word fatter, rounder.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like boxy or
like
it doesn't have that like round.
What's that sort of like a cardboard box? That's what it sounds like a little bit to me, rather than something that slaps a little bit more. So that's the first thing. But then, and this is why we're here, right? And this is why we're doing this. But like, I really think, this is 2:42. So for what we were just talking about, how sometimes the short things can feel quite long. And I think it should, like, there needs to be a bunch of other things happening besides this. It's literally the same thing repeatedly, which is a good place to start. but like, what else are we doing here? Because this place, this bass line, the starting point sounds great to me. I really, besides the track being a little harder, I kind of really dig the bass line. It's like this cool bouncy thing, and
love that.
I don't know. And the vocal works, but then it's like, oh, because I thought at some point that was just the intro, and then a song was going to happen, right? Because that's where I felt like I was being led to, and then there's a lyric. So maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I feel like there's room to even take what's there and like figure out a way to sort of like repurpose it into like a new melodic idea. So there is like more to it than just like that one vocal part. I do like that it sounds like it's a sample that they grabbed from somewhere, but I don't think it is. But it has that quality to it, which is nice, and it like fits the vibe.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat, Max Evans, said Dombresky vibes. I think Dombresky is a great one to reference for like what he might do to keep a record like this interesting, because it is like it's not like it needs a lot more stuff to it. Like those records are simple in terms of the orchestration or whatever, but you need more than this, whatever it is, like a 4-bar vocal thing that just goes the whole time. There's only so many ways you can filter down or effect out. Like it's
only
still the
so
same
many
thing.
ways you can dice that thing.
Yeah,
right there. Yeah, super cool. Thanks, Danny. Racquel, what's your vibe?
I really like it. I really like the vocal because it's different, and it just keeps. I don't know. I kept wanting to listen to it more to find out if something else was going to happen, but it didn't. So I think that you're already off to a good start because it kept me wanting to listen more, and the vibe and the energy is really great. But again, it's like, okay, at some point I'm gonna be like, oh, it's not doing anything, skip to the next song.
Right.
So I think that's definitely something to think about when you're listening as a listener. But yeah, no, I do really like it. I think just make it more interesting, and like it'll do what it needs to do.
Cool. Thanks, Racquel. John?
Yeah, I liked your comment, Hess, where you were like, I like where it's at, but where else can it go? You know, because it kind of is just sort of sticking in its lane, doing what it's doing, meaning that it's probably a great first part of the song, but where can you take it to the next level in the second half of the song to keep the listener interested in it? I do love the bass line. That thing, I was just like,
it's so
all
groovy.
about that.
So groovy.
Yeah, well, I do love a lot of the elements in this song. I just think that, like you said, George, it can go somewhere else that will keep it more compelling for the listeners.
I think there's so much more to get out of this. There's a lot of lemon to squeeze on this one. Personally,
I feel like like put more disco in it or something. Like just make it more fun, funky, like cool. If you're gonna go in that direction, do it. Just fully.
You got 1 foot in already.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I feel like that's the problem a lot of the time is like people are afraid to fully go into it, and it's like you're already halfway there. You might as well just jump, go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't use the G word groovy very often. At least not describing like some of the music that's out now, but this is all that.
It's all groove.
I think there's a lot of potential to this one, and thanks for sending that over. Sure. Mr. Barkin, a regular here on Dope or Nope. This is called The Music and You, and you're listening to Dope or Nope Demo Drop.
Oh no!
During a house call, she found
we got the ad, finally.
Jack's
blood pressure was
Get that thing out of the way. Hold on.
Oh my God.
217 over
I love
110.
this. I'm not
That
paying
guy's blood
SoundCloud.
pressure was dangerously high.
What's that? Yeah.
I heard that man's blood pressure he was having a crisis.
Exactly. Well, I got quite a few songs in before hitting that one.
Yeah.
Once
Nice
again,
job.
this is Barkin on Dope or Nope, The Music and You. We got all the games here.
Got the music in.
wants to go first on this one?
I feel like Danny should. It's definitely a production thing.
Well, I just feel like there's two good songs here that don't necessarily go together very well for me. I like this setup. The vocal part, everything I thought was good. I got into that vibe. And then when the drop hits, it was unexpected, but not in a way where I was like, oh, sick. Like, I'm glad it went there and I wasn't expecting it. It just felt like too different of a thing. And if I took away that first part and just listened to that drop, I'd be like, oh, that's a dope vibe too. Like, there's definitely a track there, but for me, they kind of like were too different. I don't have like any production stuff because it all is well produced and sounds good. It was more just a stylistic choice for me.
Nice. Thank you, Danny. JB?
I really liked it at the beginning. I guess it just got a little bit long for me towards the end. Like I felt like it could have been a little bit more concise, a bit more compact. But I really did like about the first minute and a half of it, and I was just like, I was appreciating kind of all the different elements and how they were working together. And like Danny said, maybe they shouldn't be working together, but overall, I just felt like it had a pretty decent sound to it. And yeah, I can dig it. So, probably like a half bell just for the idea for me.
Right. Yeah, I think Racquel, what do you think?
I think it's just figuring out again what direction you want to go in, because this is like the opposite track of the other one where
this is the other one.
lean into the disco, but this is like there's too many different genres in here.
Move
so
that
you've got
one over here.
Yeah. So we need to figure out like which direction we want to go into, and then it won't sound like it's 3 different songs.
Right.
Because all of the elements are really cool. Like every time I heard it, I was like, oh, this is cool, but maybe like not right here with this song, like type of thing. So yeah, I think just like consolidate a little bit and go from there, and shorten it. Definitely shorten it for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing though. Like this track that it has here, right? This is the piece that I think Danny was talking about, was like track 1.
Yeah.
And then we're over here. This is track 2 with this vibe. It's totally different.
I feel like there's 3 tracks, because then the second drop, I was like, whoa. I was like, oh, okay.
And then we come back around again, right? So.
And I feel like you could like maybe overlap some of the elements so that it like hints at where it's going.
So it meshes a little.
It could help, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Cool stuff. Barkin, thanks for sending that over. Good seeing you again, man. I feel like it's been a little bit of a while.
I know, it's been a while.
Right? Michael Gerald, and this is called Soul Vibin' right here on Dope or Nope. Here we go, a little disco. going to bounce it up just briefly right here. I saw that was looking a little bit like a long breakdown. I think this song is like, that's a BG sample for sure, right? Or at least a play on it. I think this track is screaming for a song. I don't know. I think this is really good. And I think really the soul vibing is a cool, like, thing to pepper in there, but I don't know. I think there's a song needs to be in here.
Yeah, full-blown vocal over it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is, I'm going to use the groovy word again. I don't know why today is.
Have a good groovy day.
Groovy
what
day.
A day.
I should break out my bell bottoms or something. No, I never own those, sorry. But yeah, this is really, really cool. I'm going to give it a bell, and I'm going to pass it on to JB.
Yeah, super vibey. Just when it was first starting, it brought me back to around 2004, 2005, when Deepest Blue had music out that sort of had the same similar vibe to it. And then also it reminded me a little bit of Mojo, a little bit, just sort of in the whole disco realm of things. So yeah, I like the idea of it. I would like to hear what it would sound like with an entire vocal, in there as well, because the track itself is already so vibey that you put the right vocal in there and it's going to be undeniable. So really fun vibe. I love it. Bell.
Nice. Racquel?
I love it. I think it's so fun. It made me happy. I would also like a bell. I think it's definitely one of those things that if it had a vocal could be really cool, but I also think without it, it's fine. Like, you'll hear this at the club. Like, I don't know. I just think it's great either way, for sure.
Right. You'll still get out there and dance.
Yeah, you'll still dance either way.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Goofy White Kid was right. It's like a mid-set energy push. You know? It's like, it can work in a lot of different places, but I just feel like, man, the right big fat vocal on there. Oof.
So fun.
I don't know. Danny?
I agree. I'm giving it a bell too. I think even like easier said than done, but like what Dua Lipa did with Silk City, like
just Dua Lipa.
Just something like that.
No big whoop.
But like that quality of vocal, I think would work. Like, and it doesn't have to be like a full blown like verse, chorus, bridge, all that kind of song. But like some kind of top line, I think would definitely help. I do want to say, in the first drop, I missed like where the sample in the build-up. It has this like electric bass thing to it that has some rhythm and kind of gives like rhythmic accents, and then it went away in the drop and it just went with like a sustained kind of bass thing, and I really missed the energy of that in there. So I feel like you could maybe look at working that in, because you can kind of hear it right here.
Oh, I saw you reacting to that, and I heard it too. I was like, yeah, that was so cool.
It helps when there's like the other stuff going on, like the sort of offbeat, like accent keys and the guitar and stuff, like all add really nice rhythms that complement the drums. And in terms of like the arrangement, because it did feel, like we said, for a bunch, like there were parts where it felt a little bit long. 8 bars into the drop, I felt like a lot of the elements that I was missing in the first 8 all came in. So I almost feel like you could just skip that first 8 and you still have like a 16 or 24 bar, whatever, like 30, 45 second drop. So just look at that, sort of like if you're aiming to get it for like a streaming edit, whatever, like 330, like places that you can pull out are stuff like that, where instead of like, I get the idea of like holding your cards back so you don't just throw everything out at once, but but I
also there's a version for that though, right? There's always like the other version.
Totally. But I felt like it worked better with actually more of the elements in than when it was like very, very stripped back.
Right. Super cool, man. Thank you so much for sending that.
Who was this? Next one.
Who's next? I love this name. This is Brosef. Chen
Who
Boy.
was the one? Who was the record that just played?
Oh, that was Michael Gerald.
Michael Gerald. Okay.
Good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Take notes, people. That's how you do it. This is Broseph, Chen Boy, and it's called, can't make this up, What I Need on Dope or Nope.
Oh, no!
Another ad?
Wow, that's a lot.
Travel.
I like to travel.
That's aggressive.
Yeah,
I like
let's
to travel.
go traveling.
Let's go.
I'm going to stiff you. Here we go.
Excuse me?
You just hit refresh and it goes away. That's the thing.
Your love is what I need right now. Cloud nine. I'm so lifted that I can't come down. Passion ignites. Oh, and there's a fire burning inside. Yeah. So lifted that I can't come down. Oh,
so this is 340. I'm going to move it up just so I can hear where this goes. Right there. So that's Broseph Chen Boy, What I Need. That's a free download, by the way. Very nice. You know, I got sucked in by that vocal. I was like, what's happening here? Like, I was all in there. Really like the vocal. It had such a interesting tone to it. I thought in this piece right here, whatever that, Danny, help me. Whatever that is, like some sort of synth or something, came in really hot.
It is, yeah. It's pushed real hard, yeah.
Like, but then it felt like everything was in hot. You know, it was like, oh, okay, here's the part, and we're gonna just all of it.
The needle on the meter is going just
right.
slamming.
Buried all the way to the corner.
Yeah.
So I think that's maybe just like, you know, make an adjustment there. But I really like this. You know, I don't know if it needed to go through all that different type of percussion through that second section there. If it needed to, it felt like there was like 3 different ways to do it. Super cool. I could completely cut that in like 1/4, that section there, and then go back into the vocal like on the edit. I mean, it is 340, so like that can be trimmed, but I really, and it says like hashtag UK Garage, which I get, you know. Really nice track though. I give it a bell. Nice. Racquel?
Oh, it's so cool. I love the vocal. The vocal's really cool. And then like the video game sounding S.
Yeah.
Whatever that is sounds really
Right.
cool. I don't know, it's just so different. I feel like we've never had all these sounds in one place, and I really like it.
Definitely not. We
Bell for
definitely
me would be
Yeah.
super cool. I think this would be a really cool sync record for something. Definitely.
Oh, that's
So,
a good idea.
Yeah.
Super cool. I don't know. Danny, what are you thinking?
I was smiling pretty hard through the first 8 or 16 of that drop. We were talking earlier, I think it was in Barkid's record, where it was I didn't expect where it was going to go. This one, I never would have expected that it went the direction that it did, but it made me really happy that it did.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
And it was cool because, whatever, I don't know if this is the extended mix. I can't remember now. But, the beginning of it hinted at that garage, sort of shuffly drum beat. And then it went to the breakdown, and I forgot about it. And then when it came back in the drop, I was like, oh, right. It felt really natural. I was not a fan of the, that sort of, halftime breakdown thing.
Yeah.
After the first section of the drop, before the vocal came back in. It almost felt like... It felt like they were sort of trying to accomplish too many things. There's this part, and I also got this idea, and there's also this idea. And then you get to the last drop, and it's here's the sound set, but now it's a 4 on the floor kick. It just felt like a lot of not focused sort of throughout the length of the track. But with that said, I love the sound set. It's a bell for me for sure. I love the sound set. The vocal's great. And a cool bouncy energy.
For sure. Cool track though, right?
Yeah.
John?
Yeah, I'll take a bell as well. It really for me, when we first started hearing the voice, I didn't know where the song was going. I was just kind of riding along with it. And then when that drop hit with those quirky ass sounds, I was just what the hell is going on? So just a bell, just simply for the way that you surprised people that have heard so much music over the last, X number of years, that we've actually heard something we've never heard before. And very refreshing.
And we've heard some crazy stuff.
I've got some, if anyone wants to hear it. I hang on.
You definitely have some.
I hang on to it. Anyway, incredible. What a fun, inventive track.
Yeah, super cool. Sure. That was Brosef with Chen Boy.
Go on.
That's a first submission from both of them. So super
so
fun.
Good.
4 bells. Let's go.
Yeah, and he described it as a garage / future bass hybrid track.
Whoa.
Well, yeah, exactly what that's.
Just the future. He's just in the future.
He's just in the future.
Completely.
All right. So last one here. This is Alvete. I think I'm saying that right. And this is called Call You Mine on Dope or Nope. So I have a question, and maybe it's a Danny question, or you guys can help. I feel like in the chorus, the vocal, the lyric is completely locked in with this track. I don't feel that way with the rest of the parts. You know, when she's doing "And I Call You Mine," like feels like it sits right in there, but some of the other parts feel like it's not the track. It's like they're not together. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly.
Like musically, it sort of rubs weird.
It doesn't like sit in there right, and then she gets to the track, and it was like when the chorus, I'm like, oh, okay. Then we're like someone made a slight adjustment, and like then we're right in there. Feels like a lot of words in a track where when she sings "I Call You Mine," which is more spaced out, fits better on top of that track or in the track. And I feel like the other stuff is maybe just on top of the track. Yeah. But kind of, I really like the hook. I don't know what to do with the rest of the song.
I'm curious. The vocal sounds familiar to me, and like
it sounds like Zara Larsson.
Oh, like it sounds familiar, like someone else.
It sounds like it fully sounds like Zara Larsson.
I could see that, but this sounds like it's probably like a splice or a vocalify or so. I feel like I've heard this vocal before, and maybe I'm wrong about that. I was trying to Google to see. Sometimes you can Google and tell by the lyrics, but it's if it's not that you got a strong song here, I think you could just maybe rework it a little bit. For me, it was like musically, it felt like things sort of were rubbing, and what I mean by that is like it doesn't. Technically, they should all work, but there's something about it where it just doesn't feel. It doesn't do the musical things I expected or want it to do, sort of. Part of it is like it has these changing chords, and it has that bass line that just does the same thing over and over again, where it's pedaling. It's like it's staying on one note. The notes are changing, but it's staying on this one root note, and everything else is changing around it, which is a cool, like it gives it a certain type of energy. But I wish, at least at some point, it's like the bass just went with the chords, and it just kind of like did the musical things that it would just be. It would almost be easier. It's like just do the easy thing and like have everything do the same thing for a second, so that you can like focus on something, because it's like there's the bass line's doing its one thing, the chords are doing something else. The vocal sometimes feels like it fits, and other times it feels like it's on its own thing. So it's just musically busy for me. Hess is not here anymore.
Oh, is he gone?
I thought he was like locked into the convo to like listening to what you were saying.
Like the first 10 seconds. I think Nick is watching. I think from I believe he's
Italy?
in France.
Oh,
or he might be in Italy now. Yeah. Says we're giving out bells like we're on the take.
That's right.
And then he's side messaging which records I need to reach out about.
Stop.
He could have just been on.
Yep.
I really like the vocal, but I also love like the Zara Larsson type of vocal. But I do think that yes, everything to what everyone was saying. But I also think it just needs less vocal, because there was nothing like super dynamic and interesting about it. So, and it's not a pop record. So if we're not doing that, we can take away some of the vocal, and I feel like that might help a lot of the other things that Danny was saying too. But it sounds like, I don't know if it's just because it sounds like Zara or whatever, but it sounds like this song exists or something. So I don't know, but yeah. JB.
Yeah, I mean, just straight up half a bell for me. I think it really could be worked on further to bring it along more. I really did like the vocal, and I think that you nailed it on the head when you said Zara Larsson. I was like, who is that? Who am I
Zara,
thinking of?
Queen Zara.
I'm pretty sure it was Queen Zara. So yeah, I mean, nice song. I'd like to hear it progress. I'd like to hear what it sounds like in a couple of months after someone's had a chance to go back in and maybe do some of these things that we're suggesting. So
yeah. Sorry about that. I'm 3 power outages in a row.
That's wild.
Okay, so fun. As I'm getting the text from Pico, who's our electric supplier, saying, "Hey, we fixed the problem."
Did you?
Literally, the lights went out again.
You pressed the wrong button, actually, but it's okay.
Yeah, It was on, not off. Yeah. So, but yeah, I guess you guys continue to talk about that one. Thank you. But cool. Like, there's something happening here. Like,
something is here for sure.
Right. There's something to polish there. Anyway, we've done it. We did a really.
We did it.
Good for us.
Through all that stuff. And Danny, thank you for filling in today. Really appreciate your insight.
Of course, it was fun.
Great to have you here, Danny.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I would love to be in the studio with Danny and Nick. It would be the craziest thing ever.
Watching us bicker.
Oh, well, that would be the best part. But like the production knowledge you would get just from watching would be crazy.
Right. Exactly. And I think
you should live stream that or something. I feel like that's a thing that people do, right?
You should.
It's a thing.
Have any of you been watching these 6-hour Chris Lake streams? He hops on YouTube with a couple weeks ago. He was on with Guy from Disclosure. Most recently, Bonobo, Sammy. I don't know how to say his last name. Brigi. And he's just they just make a whole track, or Chris Lake and Disclosure finished a track that they had started over 6 hours.
Wow.
No editing. They just hop on, and it's super interesting. And I think it's cool when artists that are at that level make it, just bring it all the way down, and whatever they're chatting with their the people in comments and stuff. It's super cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Is that on YouTube?
I've seen a couple really cool.
It's on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've seen a couple Instagram Live. I know Timbaland does that one where he's he takes in a bunch of demos. It's $5 to submit a demo, and then it's he gets that.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You're muted.
Am I muted?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Oh God.
But yeah, I've seen a lot of clips from the Timbaland ones.
Yeah.
Because he finds some wild stuff on there.
Right. This is fun. Right. And it's certainly better than rather than Deadmau5 complaining about something.
You said it.
I mean, you guys were all thinking the same thing.
Yo, but the Deadmau5 James Hype beat is awesome. All the clips of Joel doing the controlling visuals from the CDJs, I think it's super cool.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I've actually stood behind. I'm gonna say this. Never stood behind Deadmau5 and watch Joel play. I've stood behind, literally from here to there, with James Hype, and he's
crazy,
flabbergasted,
jaw to the floor.
Literally.
I'm no, you can't do that. Your body can't do that. Right? And yet I'm seeing it, and I'm like, wow, I don't understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then also he's a nice guy. So there's that. But you guys, thank you so much for your help today and for always being here. And so we're gonna be back in 2 Thursday. So not on. Let me think about that. Yeah. So the week after July 4th, if you guys are around. And thank you very much for dropping off your demos. Don't forget, this is Dope or Nope. Music.com is where you want to send your stuff. And John?
Tell your friends about the show. Anybody who makes music who could use a helping hand as far as from the studio side, or just want to run it by some people with some great ears. DopeOrNopeMusic.com. Use it, abuse it, submit
tag
it.
us.
And then if you want to share,
tag us.
Right. If you want to share clips of the show, be sure to tag us so that we can also reshare those and spread the word.
Yeah, super cool. And don't forget to tell someone you love them. It's never too late. Give someone a hug today. Just world's on fire right now. So let your friends know how you feel. And have a great week, safe weekend. And we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye.